Okay, giving a go here to a different piece of recording software called Video Shop. And this allows me to tape and then record the audio over. So we'll begin. Namaste. Thank you for joining us for this midday 15-minute quickie. Start at the front of your mat, feet under the hips. Stand up tall. And take a big breath in, arms overhead. Touch the fingers, hands to the heart. And again, arms overhead. Just kind of feeling where the body is, hands to the heart in prayer. And one more time, up, touch the fingertips. This time fold all the way down. Put a soft bend in your knees if you need to. Look up to a flat back. Bring a leg back, coming into a lunge. And then both legs back to the top of a plank pose. You can be on your knees if you need to. And come all the way to the belly. Release the feet. We'll come into a low cobra. So use your back muscles to lift up and lower. And breathe as you come away from the earth, so that's an inhale, and then an exhale as you go down to it. Inhale up, lift the hands maybe, make sure you're using your back muscles. Then push back to tabletop perhaps, and walk your hands underneath the shoulders. So we'll do a spinal twist, lifting an arm. Then you call this threading the needle. Drop down near the shoulder, but not too, because we're kind of winding up, and then under, reach as far as you can, and then up, and reach under. This time we'll land on the shoulder all the way. You can rest your head down. Your opposite arm that was the kickstand can come behind, hand behind the rib cage. Maybe you can find your thigh back there. And then release when you're ready. Taking a breath in as you come up away from the earth. A couple of cat-cows, so arching up, and then tuck the tail in. Arching up, there's the cow part, right? And then cat pose, arch up big, and tuck the tails under straight to down dog. So this kind of just changes that cat-cow flow. Up to cow, tuck the toes up to downward facing dog, and then back down, cow posture. Tops of the feet come down, and let's do that, thread the needle the other side. Other arm comes up. You can see, you just hover the arm there. Reach up. Tuck it under and hover. Reach it up. And now tuck it under, this time landing on the shoulder. So you see the arm is outstretched there. Reach the other one up, over perhaps. Look back at Harry scratching, licking his foot behind. Talk about flexibility. And then when you're ready and completed your threading of the needle, you untuck anything that had been tucked. Hands underneath shoulders. Just realign. We'll walk the hands forward into a downward facing dog. And just readjust, always taking time to land kind of properly. Roll forward to plank pose, shoulders over the wrists, and then push back to downward facing dog. This uses the core, so pull your tummy in as you shift forward and exhale back. Inhale, pull forward, plank posture. Exhale back to down dog, and look up to your hands. Get your feet there. Might take a couple steps, might not be able to do it in one, and that is a-okay. Lift up to a flat back, exhale, fold, and then all the way up again. Touch the fingertips up overhead, fold down to a forward bend. Take a breath in as you lift up. That's called monkey pose. One leg back, and then two legs back. We're at the top of plank. You could drop to your knees there as a modification. And then shift forward and back on the toes if you happen to be in that full plank. This also engages the core. Then back to an extended child's pose, then up for plank. So we come crouching back. Then you have to engage your legs. Press forward up to plank pose. Tuck the knees, come to an extended child's pose. Press forward. And now down dog, and we do that same kind of thing as we load like a spring to a crouch and then down dog. Bend the knees, load to a spring, and then down dog. Trying to warm up the legs here. So we're just working with 15 minutes. We want to get everything that we can in this 15 minutes midday quickie. Down dog again. Look up to the hands. kind of hold this last one. It's a good shoulder stretch while you're there. Get a little bit more warmth in the legs, make it work. Pull the belly in the whole time, then just set the knees down real easy. Child's pose. If you tuck your arms around with the palms up, they call that leaf posture. Kind of a nice visual there. Let the head rest. Take a couple more breaths. Listen to Harry barking in the background. Hands come underneath. And then sitting up into a half camel pose. So hands down, sitting up tall as you can from that kneeling posture, hands to the heart. Arms overhead, hands to the heart. So we do that kind of reset like we did at the beginning of class. Arms overhead, hands to the heart. And we're going to look behind, and here's that half camel. So you look behind, find where the heel is, reach up and over with the hand, touch the heel. Then face forward again. So your hand can stay at half prayer, can come to the back, or you can reach it up overhead. So then you get a little bit more of a back bend there. Gaze is forward. Try and keep your head at kind of a neutral neck position. Put your hand at your back to help yourself come on up. And then we go for the other side. So arm comes up and over. There's that heel. Lean back a bit. You can choose to have that other hand supporting the back, hand at the heart, or arm up and over. Take a breath. Help yourself back up. Hands to prayer. And release the posture. We'll bring the hands underneath the shoulders, arching up a couple more times. Cat-cow I like to put in the middle when we've done anything like a camel or a half camel where the back is a little compromised. So arching up. And then tucking the toes high upon toes, pressing back to down dog. So go ahead and look forward. Bring the feet all the way there, as many steps as you need to get the feet in between the hands, and come to a forward bend. Bow all the way. Inhale, arms overhead, touch the fingertips, and fold. Look up now. You notice maybe the legs are a little bit looser now. Let's come into a lunge. We'll drop onto the knee. Just start on one side. Make sure you do both. And then press back to the knees. Top of a knee push-up. Lifting up to cobra pose. And lowering. Then we press through tabletop to down dog. So I'm showing you a basic sun salutation here. Starting kind of from a modified position. Coming from knees. A little gentler version. So this shows you come forward again. You can use your hand to bring the foot in between the hands. Not every day can it get there without help, so be sure to use that help if you need. So we come to the front of the mat again, rounding out our salutation. We did the lunge the other side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bow forward. So each of these I do a little differently to show you some variations. Exhale, fold, leg comes back to a lunge. We drop to the knee again, reach the arms overhead, meaning back a little bit more this time perhaps, hands down. Coming to the knees, lowering down, knee push-up. Inhale up to cobra, maybe a little straighter arms this time. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Walk the feet in just a little bit. And lift the other leg, making sure you get both sides. Again, help it along, see? You don't have to get it in all on your own, and you don't want to swing it using inertia, so help it along if you need to. Two hands to the front of the mat, tuck the back toes, and the back foot comes forward. Exhale as you bow to forward bend, half lift, and fold again. And repeat. Inhale all the way up, touch the fingertips up overhead, forward bend all the way. Half lift, look up, and fold. One leg back, so this time let's stay off the knee and then send the other leg back and plank off the knees this time. Now we lower all the way to the belly, tops of the feet, or you can tuck the toes under, cobra pose and lower, and lift to knees and downward facing dog. You can bypass the knees there if you choose, just showing modification. So we lift a leg high, preferably the other leg, set it through without swinging, and then bring the back leg forward, bowing forward to forward bend. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift all the way up. Touch the fingertips overhead. Exhale, bow all the way forward. half lift, and fold. Leg comes back. Stay low in the lunge. Other leg meets it. With control, you exhale, lower down. You try and do one breath for each movement if you can. You inhale away from the earth, maybe a little straighter arms. Look at that. That's an up dog from the toes because we're a little more limber. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. Press the arms straight, lift the other leg, bring it through. Don't swing it through. And the back leg comes forward. Exhale, forward bend. Half lift. Remember, yours might not look just like this. It's your own yoga. If it feels good and you're moving, you're doing it A-okay. Exhale as we forward bend down again. So we'll change this version a little bit different every time. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Leg comes back. Stay high on the back toes. Press up to a high lunge this time. So reach the arms overhead for a breath. Exhale, 2 hands down, 2 legs back. Inhale, exhale, lower down, maybe halfway. That's called crocodile pose. Inhale, exhale, back downward facing dog. Then you can go back to any of the prior versions. Lift the other leg up. Look between the hands with control. Bring the foot through. Come to that high lunge. Arms up overhead. Reach, hands release. Back foot comes forward, forward bend, half lift, exhale, fold, inhale up. So efficient, these salutations. They work the whole body, get us in tune with how we're supposed to feel and how we are feeling that day. Exhale, fold all the way. Leg comes back to a lunge, reach the arms up overhead, and exhale, set the hands down. Other leg back. You could drop the knees if the arms are getting tired. Lower down. Upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. So we finish it off, rounding the other side first. When you're ready, take a breath in. Lift that other leg high. Look between the hands with control. Set the foot there. Press up to a nice high lunge. Hands down so the toes all point forward here. Exhale, fold. We're not in our warrior postures. That's basically a crescent lunge. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, reach all the way up. Touch the fingertips high. Exhale, bow deeply. Pull the belly in. Don't forget to support the back. Half lift, look up. Exhale, fold. Leg comes back. Set the foot there and let's turn to a straddle. So the sides of our feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. Just kind of gently seeing how the inner thighs feel today. Letting the hips kind of settle into place. Pull the belly in, lift high. Exhale, fold down. Reach out to the sides. Put your hands to the back. Soft bend in the knees as you help yourself up. Gently, always protect the back. Arms out to the side. Hands to the heart. Take a breath. Reset. Inhale, arms to the side, arms out to the side, and we sink down into goddess posture. Inhale up, exhale, sink down, goddess posture, opening the hips. Inhale up, straight legs, exhale down to goddess posture. Hold that squat and bring your hands to your inner thighs. So we'll do a twist, one shoulder down, looking over the other shoulder, and the exhales are where you twist. So you inhale as you come back to center, exhale, press down to the twist each time, and then hands to the heart after you've done both sides. Lift a heel maybe, and lift the other. Turn it into a balance challenge. Arms back out to the sides. This time as we straighten the legs, realign the feet, make sure they point forward. So I've got an interlaced hand back there, I'm showing you. Roll the shoulders open as best you can. Look up, flat back, and then exhale, bow forward. Bring the arms up overhead if you can. You can kind of swing side to side. Picture the arms up there like a baseball bat. Pausing to one side and to the other when you're ready. It's the exhales that happen on the twist. It's the working part of the posture where you do your exhaling. Release the arms down. Flat back here. Bring your bum down. Bend the knees. Work deeper into the hips. Exhale as you bring your bottom down, bending the knees. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, knees bend, arms out to the side. Hold that squat there. Breathe deeply. This might kind of touch into some tight hips. Then walk the arms out to down dog arms. You can't see my fingertips there, but they're not doing anything fancy. Just got nice straight arms and nice straight legs. Down dog arms and straddle legs, we'll call them. So walk both arms, your torso over to one leg. Try and fold to it. Maybe even twist up with the opposite arm, bringing your chest closer to that leg. Arm can come around the back. You can find the thigh. These are all just add-ons. The basic posture here is we're in a twist. We're trying to bring the chest closer to one leg. Undo anything you've done. Fold the leg one last time. And then turn into a lunge on this side. We've got that warrior back foot now, see? My left foot's at a 45-degree angle, and I lift up to warrior 2. Same arm, same leg, out. And I turn my palms upward because I'm a bit of a shoulder scruncher, and I reach back to reverse warrior. Hand lands on the leg. Make sure you keep the deep bend in the front knee. Open back up, warrior 2. This is side angle. So my front hand comes down or the elbow to the knee. The other arm goes high. Reach open, always opening the chest forward. Take another breath. Keep the back foot planted and steady. Reach the arm overhead. Nice long stretch through the side. Then push back up to that warrior 2 posture. Straighten both legs. Come through the center. Flip the hands inside out if your body permits. We'll stretch through the side under the rib cage. Inhale to center. Stretch to the other side. Inhale to center. And pivot the toes magically the other direction. So we sink down into that front knee. It bends. Look over the front hand. Making sure my knee's right up over the heel. That was my cue for that. Sweep back. Here's reverse warrior. Look back to the foot. Inhale. Back through the center. Here's that side angle. So your fingertips are down. Or the hands down. Elbows to the knees. So many options. All bodies are different. Back up here to reverse warrior. Sweep the arm all the way back. And then we release, coming down. 2 hands down. Sweep that leg back one last time. Coming into the top of plank. Shoulders strong up over the hands. Pull the belly in. Then drop to the forearms. This is a forearm plank. So I could have gotten my tush a little more in line with my shoulders. That's a little bit better there. Pull the belly in. Strangely, a lot of work for the abdominals. When you're ready, just press back into child's pose. Some people's hips don't come all the way to their heels, so just be patient where you are today. And then walk one leg around and the other. Just coming into a comfortable seated position. I'm in half lotus here. That means just my top leg is right on top, so my foot's in my lap, but you could be in a crisscross applesauce posture. We used to call it Indian style. Little side stretch, one hand to the side, inhale to the center. Exhale, other hand to the side. Inhale up to center. Straighten the legs on out. Straighten your mat on out while you're at it. That was driving me crazy. So flex the feet here. Toes up towards the ceiling. This is called staff posture. Sit up nice and tall. We reach high. Take a big breath in. Then bow forward towards your feet. You might not be able to reach all the way to the feet. So we do it a couple times to kind of flow. See where the hamstrings are. Exhale as you bow. And then this one will hold there. So you can hold under the hamstrings, or rather the ankles, under the feet, or push from behind. I've got my hands behind and I'm pushing forward, or the big toes. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out, and fold. And then when you're ready, release your grip. One knee comes in. This is called sage posture. Heel comes in towards your bottom. Squeeze the knee in first. Just face forward. Shoulders square. Then we prepare for a twist. So you grab that knee with the opposite elbow. Other hand plants behind you. Get tall first. Then you follow. Look over that back shoulder. Try and rotate your shoulders toward the side, even behind you. And you twist deeper on the exhale each time. Release back to forward. So let's engage the core a little. Lift that leg, lift the foot, arms extend out front, and then you switch. Lift, extend, switch, lift, extend. Extend, switching, one knee bent, one leg straight, both out. Extend out into a low boat posture. And then come back to neutral, bringing one knee in and then the other out, and alternate. So we land into that sage posture on the other side. So you bring the heel in close to your bottom. Grab the knee with the opposite elbow, hand plants behind you, and twist back. Take a look-see. Get taller with each inhale. So you can also tuck your elbow behind the knee. Some people do that and they lose track of what really the posture is supposed to be, and it's twisting the torso backward. The knee kind of gets in the way, so you choose. So here's engagement for the abs again. Extending one leg, bending the other knee. One out, one in with the breath. Two knees in, inhale, exhale, both legs out, low boat. Inhale, back in, two knees in. Exhale, back, low boat posture. Back to center. Grab your big toes if you can, or the sides of the feet, and extend one leg. Yours might look different than this. Be patient with it. I took yoga this morning. My hamstrings are a little looser, so yours might be a little tight. Who knows what you've done? Two legs out if you can. You can have a slight bend. Then the soles of the feet come together. We'll set them down nicely. Get on top of your sits bones. Feet together, and get tall. So find a nice line in the neck if we sit up nice and tall in butterfly pose. Drop one ear to a shoulder. Get the stretch on the other side of the neck. And then look down. Tilt your chin in towards that shoulder. Then drop the head in the middle. Next breath in, up to center. Exhale, let's drop the ear to the other shoulder. Turn the chin. And back down to center. Up in the middle. So try to touch all body parts we can here in this just little midday quickie. Bowing forward, getting a little inner thigh stretch here. Keep the soles of your feet together. This might be a good thing to do if you ate a light lunch. Never want to do yoga on a big full belly. We cross one leg in front of the other and just kind of land. Let the postures integrate. Let everything settle in. Flip the hands. Little shoulder stretch maybe. Just kind of ending out the practice. Let everything settle in. If you've got time, you could flip over on your back for Savasana or corpse posture. Really let everything settle into place. Be grateful, thankful for the movement. An easy twist or two to end your practice. Thank you for visiting here with me today. Please let me know any comments you have on this new format, voiceover. Please subscribe if you have not. Thank you all for your time, and namaste.